Tommy Warren.
So, now you guys get to deal with me. Sorry for ruining your evening. I will apologize in advance. I got some new material, got some old material, so I'm just going to put this down. As my eyesight sucks, I need to be able to see it. First, I want to say thank you very much to everyone who came out tonight. Give yourselves a round of applause. Joel, Jacob, thank you very much for hosting a wonderful evening. I've had an absolute blast tonight. I kind of see it as getting roasted as kind of like a rite of passage into comedy. It was exactly 11, can I get the time? What time is it right now?
9:14.
9:14. 11. So in 3 more minutes, it'll have been exactly 11 months to the date that I first got on stage and told my first set. 11 months. And back then I was told the only thing standing between me is my appearance, my attitude, and my general lack of any knowledge, ability, or anything. So here I am. I have had an absolute blast. I've made wonderful friends. They've talked shit about me all night. Yeah, they're friends. I've had family travel all the way from Oshawa to see me tonight, so thank you very much. Let's also give a round of applause for Matai for being able to facilitate this and their staff. Thank you very much.
I don't care.
You know, Jacob, you told the story about I'm not allowed at the pool. There's another reason. A few weeks ago it was really hot, right? Just brutal. I am not exactly a small guy. I sweat sitting still. A lot. So I decided to go to the pool. We all got to the pool, we were all having a great time, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go down to the deep end. So I got down to the deep end, and when I got there, I was like, I gotta pee. So I looked around, no one was watching. So I peed. The moment I started, the lifeguards blew the whistle, they pointed at me, started yelling at me, scared the fucking shit out of me, I almost fell in. Some of you heard some references to my other jokes from the other comedians. Some of the jokes that I've wrote that have done very well. The one with the clouds. You ever look up at the sky and see things in the clouds? It was one of the things you like to see, Bob. I like to see boobs. Grandma, what's one of the things you like to see up in the clouds? Dongs? Yeah, that's my grandma. She said dogs. But you ever think the clouds look down and go, there's a cunt? That was referenced perfectly earlier. Love that. And yes, Zach, my polo game does suck. I do have 7 children. I wouldn't change them for the world. And if they were all standing on this stage there and I was here, I'd still be heavier. Although I have lost weight. At my heaviest, I was 300 and a whole lot of weight. I've lost over 70 pounds. Thank you. I shaved my back. My daughter Autumn, who is here tonight. Autumn, put your hand up so everyone can see. There she is. Last year, when school was over, she got her report card back, right? And the one teacher made a comment that her mark would have been a lot better if she would have participated in class more. I'm not saying my kids are a little retarded, okay, so I said it once. But she looked right at me and she goes, I participate all the time. I just don't speak. How do you respond to that? It was just a few months ago, me and her, we were having a disagreement, which we normally do when you have Satan's spawn as a daughter. And things were getting heated, and she was talking really mean to me. I almost cried. But I'm not going to tell her that. She looked right at me and she said, if you got a problem with my operating system, you contact the manufacturer. She shut me down and won that argument, and I was so proud. But I won't tell her that. As you guys can tell, I don't count calories. I've got the body to prove it. My doctor told me I was metabolic. I'm like, what the fuck is that? They go, well, you got high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and all your weight is between your junk and your ribs. Sweet. So I look like a pear. I didn't know pears were metabolic. But I mean, it makes sense. Mary, what's your favorite sandwich? Egg salad. Lawrence. It's my Uncle Lawrence, everyone. Ham. My favorite sandwich is ice cream. Raising a lot of kids, there's a lot of life lessons, a lot of experiences. And again, I wouldn't trade them for the world. But my 4 girls are older than my boys. They're all teenagers. And I try to explain to them, just because things can be recycled doesn't mean you should take your boyfriend back. I think you guys understand that. Uncle Lawrence, has Aunt Terry ever told you it's been cold inside the house in the wintertime?
Nope.
No? Well, fuck you. I want to do a joke over that. Who's married here?
Yeah.
Right in the front. Has Mary ever looked at you in the wintertime and said, it's cold in here?
Yeah.
Good. Good. You want a pro tip for her? Next time she says that, you look right at her and say, well, if you do some fucking housework, you'd warm up. Love you.
Don't do it. I think divorce because of him.
Do you guys want to hear a story about really bad dirty talk?
Yeah.
Everyone, that was my grandmother with the biggest laugh. I was dating this one girl many years ago, and she always wanted me to talk dirty to her. Like, all the time. I'm good at many things, but I'm not good at dirty talk. So I kept thinking, I'm like, how am I going to stop this? So one day, I was like, you know what, next time she asks, I'm going to say something so fucked up, so repulsive. She will never ask me again. So I thought about it all day long. And later that night, she looks at me, lays down in bed, and goes, talk dirty to me. So I looked her dead in the eyes. Right in the eyes. And I want to pour syrup all over your ass so you can fart on my pancakes. She looked at me and went, oh, yeah. We laid down and cuddled, and she fell asleep. I sat there thinking the whole time, she's never going to ask me again. It was a Friday night. I slept in Saturday morning. When I got up, I came downstairs, and she'd made breakfast. It was pancakes. She grabbed the syrup and winked at me. So we we broke up shortly after that. Yeah. During COVID, because they're talking about another fucking lockdown. Exactly. Like, holy fuck. You know what I hated most about the Zoom meetings and everything? They only see you from here up. You gotta let them know you're petting a cat. One day my boss didn't know what I was doing, and he joined in. He didn't have a cat. If he was here right now, I would be out of a job. But I want everyone to do something. I want everyone to handle life like a dog would. If you can't eat it or hump it, piss on it and walk away. Think about work, Mary. Well, Mary, why isn't this done? If you get fired, I'm sorry. I have nothing to do with that. And Nick, you burnt the friggin' place down. I can barely get them to laugh. You are amazing. All the comedians tonight were absolutely amazing. Again, thank you, everyone. Huge thanks to everyone. I turned 48 years old. 48 years ago today, I was expelled from my mother's vagina. I mean, it was great. I mean, I love being in there. Think about it, man. I got 7 kids. My whole life I've been trying to get back in. Not my mother's. My mom died 12 years ago. That would be really awkward. Bag of bones. I'm going to tell you another story about an ex of mine. One day we were getting ready to go to my work Christmas party. And my aunt and uncle know this girl. She looked at me and she goes, "Sweetheart, does this dress make me look fat?" She wasn't British or anything, I just wanted to do that for effect. So I looked at her and I said, "It's not the dress." That made for a really rough evening. Yeah. But this girl was different. She didn't cook, she didn't clean. But holy fuck, could this girl give head. She always told me her mom never showed her how to cook and clean. I never asked her mother. Don't think that'd be appropriate. Tell you one more story before I get off the stage and save you guys' ears from bleeding. This side is my wife's family. The other day they were all sitting around at Aunt Laura's house, and I heard them talking. Do you know my wife called me a sex machine in front of all of them? Yeah. Her exact words were, "He's a fucking tool." But I know what she meant. So later on that night when we got home, I was like, what was all that about? I mean, like, you called me a sex machine. That's great. I mean, she goes, well, like, is that why you married me? She goes, no, I married you for your sense of humor. And I was like, oh, I thought you married me because I was good in bed. The bitch laughed for 5 fucking minutes. And then goes, see what I mean? I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight. It means a lot to me. I really do appreciate it. I had an awesome time. Again, let's give everyone else a hand for coming. Thank you so much for making tonight a great night. And let's bring back Jacob to close out the show. Jacob Warm.
So you're all going to be calling me after the show now. Great. Great. Tommy's grandma. I just want to say, Tommy, she's mine. Alright? You can stay with me during the lockdown, baby. Right? Okay. Just going to give my spiel and we'll close it out. So we got a show on the 28th. Please come out for that. It's going to be great, just like this one. We got a pay what you can bucket at the back, so please pay what you can. Change, cash, throw in your debit cards. We'll only take as much as we need, I promise. Last but not least, I want to thank all the comedians that have been on the show. It's been awesome. Tom, it was great to see you headline for the first time, man. You did a great job. Let's get a round of applause for all the comedians going on the show. And I want to thank all of you at last for coming out and supporting local comedy. You guys are fucking amazing. All right, have a good night, everybody. That's the show.